Hello and welcome to everyone. Vladimir Vladik, here the Bulgarian club, and we're now going to analyze the fight between the potential upcoming fight between Augusto Sakai and Alistair Overeem, which is targeted for UFC headliner on September 5th. Of course, if it comes to fruition, let us analyze Alistair Overeem, the real legend of this sport. He has a belt in BJJ, and he is very great on the ground, good grappler, but predominantly a Muay Thai fighter, a kickboxer, known by wrestling clinch, knees to the head. You know, they changed K1 rule because of Alistair Overeem, because of his lovely knees from the clinch, and he really built a name for that. At kickboxing, he even turned the lights out on Badr Hari, real legend of mixed martial arts, riding a score of 46 wins, 18 losses, 1 no contest. And in men's submission wrestling, he is the former golden medalist. He won a gold medal at ADCC European Championships. Alistair Overeem is everything everybody wants. I mean, the former 2H light heavyweight champion, the man who reached Pride 205 semifinals. This man also won inaugural Strikeforce heavyweight championship, Dream heavyweight championship. He defeated some really big names like Kazuki Fujita, James Thompson, Gary Goodridge, Todd Duffy, Fabricio Verdun, Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir, Stephen Struve, Rolly Nelson, Andrei Arlovsky, Mark Hunt, Fabricio Verdun second time, Alexei Olenek, Sergey Pavlovich. I could talk about his achievements all day long. His striking is brutal. His submission skills, well, he is known for that guillotine, you know, his guillotine is outstanding. He is known for the guillotine, but his submission defense is actually very good. He was stopped by Francis Ngannou, Curtis Blades, Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Stipe Miocic, but generally when he fought for the UFC heavyweight championship, maybe he didn't have a good day in the office, you know, it was very hard, you know. And he squares off against Augusto Sakai, the former Bellator fighter who now fights at UFC. Augusto Sakai is a Muay Thai fighter, brown belt in BJJ, riding a score of 15-1-1. He fought at Bellator and defeated Matt Frembling, Daniel Gallimore, Alex Huddleston, fought to a draw against Dan Charles, and he was outworked by Chuck Congo. Then transitioned to UFC, winning the contract at Dana White's Contender Series Brazil 1, where he TKO'd Marcos Conrado. Then he defeated Chase Sherman, Andrei Arlovsky, Marcin Tybura, and that fight against Blagoy Ivanov, it was very unfair. There was a big fence grab. It should have been at least a draw. So Sakai didn't want that fight. I guarantee he didn't want that fight. Even Daniel Cormier was screaming that the fence grab was illegal. But never mind. I mean, I'm not the judge, but everybody knows he didn't win that fight. And we're now going to analyze it. Augusto Sakai is very fair in striking, but against Blagoy Ivanov, we've seen that his striking is kind of a bit slower. You know, his striking wasn't on the level, his striking was a bit slower. He's pushing the pace, he has all the heart of this world, but Alistair Overeem is quicker, faster, and he has more powerful strikes. When it comes to clinching, Sakai is good in clinching. I don't want to criticize him, but compared to Alistair Overeem's clinch, not a good way to go, definitely. Alistair Overeem is very strong. Good thing about Sakai, he has never been knocked out. Alistair Overeem has been knocked out many times, but he keeps recovering, he keeps going forward, and Alistair is a very powerful fighter. When it comes to ground fighting, Alistair has pretty much good ground and pound skills, which he showed against the greatest choke expert in the division, Alexei Olenek. So I can say that looking back at overall, Alistair Overeem has way better grade, but you know, the problem is Augusto Sakai is 6'3", Alistair Overeem is, I believe, 6'4", but looking back at these reaches and such things, Alistair has reach advantage, but the problem is because Alistair is, you know, he's kinda older and kinda hard to predict because he's 40 years old. Augusto Sakai is age 29, but Augusto Sakai was having a very hard time against Andrei Arlovsky, and I can say it's gonna be a tough match, but I give advantage to Alistair Overeem. I mean, absolutely I should give advantage to Alistair Overeem. His kickboxing is stunning, his Muay Thai is stunning, his wrestling clinch is outstanding. I think he's gonna bounce back, and despite Augusto Sakai is at an 6 fight undefeated winning streak, his streak is gonna snap. And of course he defeated Blagoy Ivanov, which wasn't a defeat, so no, you don't deserve this spot, man. You don't deserve this spot, and Alistair Overeem is gonna win this fight. I'm chanting for Alistair Overeem.